All right, so how are you doing? After a long time, I welcome you to Wisdom Club. My name is Ujwal, and today you have seen the thumbnail, the book that I've just read, just finished, and the book is 12 Years My Messed Up Love Story. And here is the book. So I want to talk about this book because Chetan Bhagat is my favorite writer. I have read almost all his books except some of the, I think, columns that he put them together in a book, in books. So I have not read those non-fiction. All right, so here is the book. I have read this book in Kindle. So I want to talk about if I have found any mistakes while reading on Kindle, because when you are reading on Kindle you get some errors, but fortunately I haven't found any mistakes while reading this book on Kindle. I think after buying Kindle, this is perhaps book number 7 that I have finished, and I'm so happy after reading this book because I was eagerly waiting for a fiction novel from Chetan Bhagat sir, because I have grown up reading his books. I remember the year 2011 I read his book One Night at the Call Center, and that was the first English book I read because I come from Bengali medium. My first language is not English. My first language is Bengali, and growing up in Bengali medium school is a little bit intimidating for you when it comes to English, and reading a whole book in English was, I don't know, a nightmare for me until I realized that okay, there are books like this, like One Night at the Call Center, and after that I read almost all his books, like 5 Point Someone, 3 Mistakes of My Life, and I read 2 States recently. So yeah, I have a deep bond with this author, Chetan Bhagat sir, and I read all 3 books: The Girl in Room 107, I guess, and then An Arranged Murder, and after that 400 Days, and Saurav Keshav, duo detectives. They're solving different case, and the stories are full of witty romance and whatnot. There are a lot of stuffs that you find when you read Chetan Bhagat's books. There are a lot of people, they criticize about Chetan Bhagat, but they can't resist themselves from reading his books. And he's very famous. He's into everything, and if you listen to him talking about some of the important stuffs about life, that he has a YouTube channel. That's what I'm talking about now, that he talks about life, he talks about career, he talks about how you can grow in life. The kind of a chubby Chetan Bhagat I used to see like 7-8 years ago, but his recent transformation surprises me, right? It's very mesmerizing and uplifting thing about this person. So I read his last book, which was 11 Rules for Life, but I could not upload a book review of that book. What happens, like, I sometimes think that I should be reading more. Like, uploading videos it takes a lot of time. Like, I have done this kind of arrangement, like my light is on, my camera is on, you can see the table, so it needs a lot of arrangement, and I feel lazy. It's my fault, I know that, but I'm thinking of making more videos like this because when you watch a video like this, you feel like reading. So I would love to encourage you to read more books. So all right, without further ado, let's get into the book. So this book, Chetan Bhagat's 12 Years My Messed Up Love Story, I want to show you the Kindle here. You can see my book here. So, and you can see the red book here on my right, and I guess on your left, I don't know. So This one will cost you around like 280 rupees. I bought my Kindle book. I don't know, you can see the price somewhere on the screen. And the book contains about 400 pages, little less than that, little more than that. And it took me about like 16 hours to complete the book. Not 16, perhaps 12, 13 hours. I can see the kind of reduction of my attention span these days, and it has like worsened. My attention span has worsened like never before, and I want to just improve it. I want to improve my attention span by reading more books. All right, so let's talk about the book, 12 Years, My Messed Up Love Story. This story is about a guy named Saket and a girl named Payal. Now, the story is about their uplifting and inspiring journey at the same time. The story is so witty because when you look at the cover, you see like you see a stand microphone. Do you see that? So basically, Saket is a stand-up comic, and this is his calling. Basically, he always wanted to become a stand-up comic, but he ends up becoming a billionaire. That's the whole story, and you just have to understand. Like, I'm not going to spoil the whole story for you because that's not my job. My job is to let you know about the interesting facts about the story so that you can feel like reading, or if the book is not worth reading, I will tell you that at the same time. The story is, I think, uplifting, and there is a lot of witty, of course, and witty dialogue you find. And the best part about this book is that it actually, I don't know, like when I was reading the book, I killed myself laughing, right? I couldn't stop myself from laughing. So it is that funny. Like, the first part is so funny, and the second part is not so funny at all, and the third part is, I guess, yes, it is not funny, but the first part is so funny. You get a lot of well placed moments of levity that actually makes you feel like, wow, you are reading an amazing story that is not boring you. Because most of the time what happens, like these days, if you see, the books are competing with social media like Facebook or Instagram and all the other medias, YouTube. So if the book is boring and not fast paced, you are not going to give it a try, right? So if you read like 30 pages and you feel like, wow, it's so boring, and you put it down. So you just want a book that actually makes you read, right? Our protagonist Saket returns India from USA, and he tries his luck in stand-up comedy, and he does some gigs. He prepares some acts, and he tries to perform at his friend's, I guess, restaurant or club, whose name is Mudit. And Mudit gives him a chance, and he starts acting on his gigs. And he met a girl who is 21 years old, or 21 to 23, I guess, 23 years old, I guess. And Saket was 31, like that. So then both of them fell in love with each other. Saket comes from Punjabi family, and Payal comes from Jain family. So they had a nice vulnerable intimacy in between. In the first part, they had a lot of love, and they make a lot of love, and there the book becomes a little bit naughty and dirty at the same time. And I must say that the start is very enchanting and gripping, and that's why this book actually holds your attention. But that is followed by a shattering and, like devastating split, and which actually takes our protagonist Saket completely to a new world, different world. He somewhat like kills himself. And Mudit, his friend, is always there, standing by him like a wall, and the and this bond is really worth reading. I think friends are forever. If you have got good friends, I think they're forever. Mudit is just like that to Saket. And then in the second part, it becomes so uplifting and inspiring. Saket becomes somebody that Saket never imagined when he actually left that job in USA and started his career as a stand-up comic. So he became somebody, and then he ended up becoming a billionaire. And the whole story is something that will just make you sometimes feel like, wow, it's stupid, but it's amazing. At some point, you will start hating Payal. And then when Payal starts talking about her circumstances, her life and her story, then you will sort of fall in love with her, and at the same time you will forgive her. And Saket is somebody who actually is very understanding in the whole story. I guess Chetan Bhagat has done this thing that, okay, my hero is my hero, because when I read Chetan Bhagat's book, I understand that it's going to be a movie. And yeah, it's a movie script. At the end of the day, you get a happy ending at the end of the story, right? So that makes the book very interesting. But I always find Chetan Bhagat's writing very funny. I read 2 states and there were a lot of punches. As I said, small moments of levity that actually make you feel so happy when you are reading the book. The story at some points become a little bit cathartic, and I think like when the story becomes a little bit cathartic, you have something after that. Like you get some upliftment, and then you get some fun, and the story is about making your mood a little bit better. Like, yeah, it's a very fast-paced story, and at the same time it's poignant and uplifting and fun. So I'm not exaggerating. You may not like some of the areas of the story, some of the parts of the story, but it's okay, right? A story cannot be well written out and out. And I would say that this story has not disappointed me at all. I am happy that after a long time I've got a 400 pages book to read. Although I read this book on Kindle. So if you want to grab your copy, I'll attach the Amazon link in the description. Go and check the book out. If you find this book interesting, after reading the book, please come to this video and let me know how you have enjoyed the book. If you have already read this book, please let me know in the comment section how you have enjoyed this book. And I'll be uploading more videos, I promise. I don't know how to do the book reviews and stuff. I ramble, like I don't know how to start, how to end. I just talk, it's my way of talking, or talking about book and the story. And if you have found this video useful, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. I'll be uploading more videos like this. Until next time, you please keep reading. Thank you so much for watching this video.